Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jacob here from Red Temple Gaming, and today I'd like to talk to you about a couple of things that I think could really improve your game in Hearthstone and hopefully will get you more wins in Arena and Constructed. Now, this is the first thing I'd like to look at. Firstly, we're going to look at a couple of websites. This website's called Liquid Hearth, and basically it's a forum run by the Liquid Gaming team, if you've heard of them. And they give you loads of stuff. You've got insights into decks. They write loads of interviews with, say, look, you've got lead paint here, you've got dog here, you've got Elky here. Give you loads of stuff like that. But the real important thing in Liquid Hearth is this page here. Now, they do one of these every couple of weeks. They haven't done one for blimmin' ages, but this page is called Power Ranks. Now, if you just search in at the search bar at the top, you'll come up with the latest Power Ranks. And basically what this is it takes the entirety of the Liquid team and it tells you what they think is the best to the worst decks, or especially the top 20 decks within the metagame within the late time period previous to the last Power Ranks. So if you look at the start, they give a little bit of an overview here about what you've got. Then you've got a big long list of statistics that they throw together, and that's how they show what how they get all these statistics. So here you go. You can see for the top 20 or 21 in this case, it shows you a little bit of an intro to the deck, updates to when they last made a review of the deck, and then you've got deck lists, and then it gives you the rank that every single person has given the deck just down here. So if we scroll up, you can see you've got Raptor Rogue, Aggro Shaman, Control Priest, Tempo Mage. Now this will generally give you every single type of deck that you could possibly want to play constructed, and it will give you a really good explanation, or a really good general explanation of the deck. And here's what's the best. I mean, you can see here, rank 1 Secret Paladin. Surprise, surprise. This is how old the power ranks is. But if you look here, it gives you loads of deck lists on the left hand side. So if you want to know what's best, you can simply go to this site, go on find what you want to play. Say you want to play Freeze Mage, and then see, oh look, there's a deck list from a pro player just there. Absolutely great. I suggest this absolutely. The next thing that we have is Hearthstone. Hearthstone's another site directed at decks, and if you look here, it gives you loads of decks, and these are voted up and down by the community itself. So you've got Trump's Theorycraft Cthulhu Druid, Trump's Cthulhu Priest, Trump's Theorycraft Aggro Pirate Warrior. Now, I agree with the community. Trump is a really good player, and he's actually got his own fan site where you can look at his deck specifically, and I suggest that's worth a look as well. But generally, it's just a good site to give you loads of different variations of the same deck, so you can make a choice that really fits your flavour of the deck. Now, as you can see here, here's one of my decks. I've got my own account on it. It's called Jacob Long 94, and this is one of my decks that I've put up on here. It's a N'Zoth Paladin, is the control version, and you can see here it's got the mana curve of it, which looks pretty horrible here, but it works out okay, trust me. Gives you the crafting cost, the amount of minions, spells and weapons. All the minions in the deck here, you've got neutral, you've got class cards, shows you quite nicely all the different rarities, and then you've got all this bit here. This is sometimes longer or shorter, but it will give you, or especially in my cases, a really nice overview of the deck itself, and you know how to use it, how to play it, what to look for in the mulligan, stuff like that. Now here's the next thing I want to look at. This is Hearth Arena. Now this site is absolutely invaluable if you're into Arena, or especially if you're not into Arena actually, because generally if you're not into Arena you're probably worse at it. Now what Hearth Arena does is it's basically a huge database, and it gives you a really nice help when choosing your decks, when making your picks for Arena. So like as I said, I'm pretty bad at Arena myself, so I use this all the time and it's absolutely great. So what you do is you've got to sign up, which is fortunate, unfortunate. You know, it's not too bad. They don't send you spam mail. You just sign up, and what you'll do is you'll click on Start New Arena Run here, and it'll give you a choice. Let's just go on to Hearthstone now. Let's do it. So we will pick. It wants to load. Rogue. Rogue's always absolutely amazing. It gives you the first 3 picks here. So you've got Gajazan, Midnight Drake, and Headtracks. Oh. So we'll just go on to here. Sorry, my PC's pretty potato at the moment, so you go on here and it looks quite nice. You click on that, and it's running real slow for me today. Sorry. That's pretty simple. How it works. Ooh, and then if you see here, it'll tell you which one is the best out of this. Now, you know, you see Gadgets and Auctioneer a lot in Constructed, so you might have picked that. But, you know, it says pick Midnight Drake, so we'll say we picked this card. And we'll go to the next one. Now I'll do another 1 or 2 until it comes up with a bit more. But basically, it will it sometimes gives you a lot more information to actually tell you why the pick was better. If you disagree with the pick, I'd suggest really interesting to give it a read, and it will give you an idea of roughly why the pick was made, even if it's definitely clearly a worse card, and that can be not having enough 2 drops or 4 drops or oh god, or lack of synergy with the deck. Oh my gosh. So yeah, and then let's see. So here we go. Normally this would be a toss-up between Jungle Panther and Volcanic Drake, but I suggest you pick Jungle Panther in this situation, and that doesn't really tell you why, but usually it's a lot better. Now I would I'm probably going to skip through most of this to the end of the picking process because it's the same every time, and yeah, and we can get on to the next add-on, as you could say, to your game. Okay, here's something that I'd find quite interesting. I thought you might be interested in. It's what this guy says here. You've got Dark Iron Skulker, which is obviously 2 damage to all undamaged enemy minions. It's a really good ball clear, really good for arena. But this is what they have to say about it. Although it's a little early in the draft to pick Dark Iron Skulker, I still suggest you pick it, as it has the most value out of these options. That's saying that usually in an arena draft you don't want to pick into AoE that early, but in this situation it's a really nice card, so I'd pick it in this situation. Here's another really nice example. Now, if you play a lot Constructed, you'd probably think to yourself that Jeweled Scarab has a bit more value than Silent Knight, but in this situation they pick Silent Knight, and this is another thing, like especially with legendaries as well. When you've got cards like this, it shows you, like, I mean, what, there's like 5 points out of 100 difference here. Well, it's not 100, but you know what I mean. There's such a little difference between these 2 cards, but you know, that little bit of extra value could be the difference between a win and a loss. Here's another interesting one. Obviously, you've got 3 cards here that all look pretty awful, and you know, in that case, when you're not sure which one's the worst out of them all, then you another really good time to use this as an option to find out what the best one is. Okay guys, this is the last one that I'm picking now. Pint-sized Summoner, here we go. Processing your request, awesome. Now this will give us the entire deck list here. So it gives you first turn playables, you know, 2 drops, 3 drops, this is really good. You've got 1 drops that aren't to be played on the first turn. Gives you loads of stuff, gives you talks about synergies here, loads of stuff. Gives you so much information that you wouldn't previously have about your arena deck. Now, before we start on our arena deck, I'd like to sidetrack a little bit to show you something else. Now, this is called Hearthstone Deck Track. As you can see already, before we even get anywhere, it's detected that we've made a new arena deck, so we're just going to import that. Stop us and save it, just to stop ourselves from losing that. Now, what this is it's a program. You'll have to download it, unfortunately, but it's a program that tracks all your games in Constructed and Arena. I'd say this is the most used guide for helping people in Hearthstone. You'll find all pro players use it. Trump, Strife, Crow, Ripran, everyone, absolutely everyone uses it. You'll see the overlay as screenshots for people's deck lists. Now, what it does basically is it gives you absolutely every single piece of information you could possibly need about your deck. So let's go with this Reno Paladin. This is something I made right at the start of the latest expansion. You can see that it tells me I've gone 12-7 with this deck, which is 63% win rate. That's pretty good. But I was playing at rank 18 at the time. That's not actually how it looks. But anyway, and gives you all your decks, gives you all the win rates. You can go on statistics here, I believe. Yeah, constructed, and it gives you all the statistics for your deck. You've got opponents, what opponents you faced, so you know what you're up against a lot if you want to know what to counter in the metagame. The decks that you've played, you can see I've only played Paladin and Warlock in this season. That's because Zoolock is the way to go. And then my overall win rate, which is pretty shabby at the moment, what can I say? And then yeah, it gives you loads of stuff. Here's all your matchups. You can see my win rate and loss rate against Warlocks, all sorts. I can click filters to see this active deck only. Oh, no, I won't do that because I'm in an arena deck. But yeah, and then that'll give you even more information. Now just have a look around this. Gives you so much information, it's unreal. Now, the this bit is not the main part of Hearthstone Deck Tracker. The real exciting bit comes in the overlay that you get in game. So let me just drag this over here again, and let's start this first arena game, and let me show you what it does. Now again, filtering back to Half Arena. Half Arena is not going to get you 12-0. Arena, as I've said before, is a really, really intensely complex game, and there's a lot of value inside of it. If you're the mayor of value town like Trump, you might get 12-0 every time, but none of us are Trump. So this gives you a really good thing. You can see here, it gives you the entire deck list. This is on my second monitor because for some reason OBS won't match it properly on my first monitor, but you can see it gives you every single deck in the game, and it will eventually give me everything that my opponent will draw and play, which isn't so useful in Arena, but is really useful in Constructed to say whether, I don't know, say if you're trying to work out whether to play loads of 1-drops, Forbidden Shaping with Warlock, for example, and whether you want to play your 1-drops and get swiped and lose the game, or play your 1-drops and know already that he's played 2 swipes and win the game. So that's gonna go with Undercity Huckler here because I don't need to defend it yet, and I can get an extra piece of damage in next game, hopefully. As you can see here, it greys out the cards that you've already drawn that are in your hand. Gives you here 4% chance to draw a card in the next go. So if you're really waiting on a card that could really completely change the way you play a game, then this will be it. This will absolutely be it. It'll tell you that 4.2% to get that card in your next draw, which is really useful, really amazing. What is this? Oh, that's a really nice one. I'll keep that for later. Obviously, it shows up here as well. What turn your opponents drew all his cards. So if you know all the cards that go sevens and know you had a good board on 7, then you know that he probably doesn't have Flame Strike if he's a mage, for example, and that's also really useful. Play this one, real nice. Got my value off this, don't want to be too greedy. Oh, I hope that this takes a hit and then I can put Ancestral Healing on it. Yeah. I'm just going to play through this deck now. You can see how it works, how the deck works out. And yeah. Ooh. Hold up, hold up. Yeah.
So many.
I'm just going to accept that's the loss of this minion. Went pretty well. Got a 1-2 out of it.
Squire, attend me. Ready, sir.
Yikes, I'm not really sure how I'm going to play this one. Indeed.
Here we go.
I was going to play Ancestral Healing and Shadowpan Rider next go, but I do want to save Ancestral Healing for Shadowpan Rider, so that's pretty unfortunate. Right, ooh, wow, all these combo cards. No combo thing. First play will be this. Really good, gets you a good card. Now I'm gonna play this.
Here we go.
That. It's gonna be a free heal to that minion. Lovely.
Don't mess with Tusker. The Fire Lord calls. You're not that sharp.
Here we go.
This one here. Yeah, before trading this in there. Lovely. Looking pretty good so far.
Elements I like. Totems I love.
Kinky girl. Kinky girl. I'm probably gonna pop this in. I'm gonna lose some minions in here. And
The This guy's toast.
Here we go.
It's only one card of value right now, but he doesn't have anything on board, and it's not so useful. You know, he's probably not going to be able to clear it next go. Oh, there you go. Probably is going to be able to clear it next go. Lucky to have the earth shot there. Wow. Wow.
Here we go.
Shush!
Here we go.
There, I didn't mind taking the damage so much because it really keeps my presence on board.
You want to buy a funnel cake? It's getting hot in here. Ready for ride? Taste my steel.
Here we go.
I'm expecting him not to have any AoE clear, and I have gonna get 2 cards anyway next turn with the Undersea Huckler if he can AoE clear the entire board, so it was a risk that I was willing to take, although I could get Lightning Stormed and I could get a crap card. You just never know. You never know.
You win this one.
Nice. Well, there you go, guys. You've got a little look at how Deck Tracker works, and with all of the things that I showed you, hopefully you can climb a bit higher in ladder, get a few more wins in arena, and generally be a better player. If you want to watch the rest of this arena run, I'll be doing another video showing the rest of this arena run. But for the meantime, cheers, guys. Catch you next time.